In 1989, San Diego was shaken by a crime that seemed pulled straight from a soap opera. At its center was Betty Broderick, once a devoted wife and mother of 4, who would become infamous as one of America's most notorious spousal killers. Betty had married Daniel Broderick in 1969. She raised their children while supporting his long climb through medical and law school. By the 1980s, Dan was one of San Diego's most successful malpractice attorneys. But behind their wealthy lifestyle, the marriage was collapsing. Dan had fallen for his younger legal assistant, Linda Kolkina. When Betty discovered the affair, the couple entered one of the most bitter divorces California had ever seen. Dan, well connected in the courts, gained custody of the children and kept control of finances. Betty felt humiliated, discarded, and consumed by rage. Her behavior grew more erratic. She vandalized Dan's home, left threatening messages, and even drove her car into his front door. In April of 1989, Dan married Linda, just months before tragedy struck.
As pretty as Linda is, her looks are not her best quality. She has the most wonderful, pleasant, sweet disposition of any woman I've ever known.
On the morning of November 5th, Betty entered their home using a key taken from one of her children. Armed with a revolver, she walked into their bedroom as they slept. Moments later, both Dan and Linda lay dead. Betty fled the house but soon turned herself in. Her arrest set the stage for 2 trials that would captivate the nation. The first ended in a hung jury, divided over whether Betty was a desperate, wronged woman or a calculating killer. At her second trial, jurors convicted her of 2 counts of second-degree murder. She was sentenced to 32 years to life in prison. Psychologists pointed to years of emotional dependence, resentment, and obsession as the forces that drove her. Betty herself has never fully accepted responsibility, continuing to justify her actions as the product of betrayal and despair. More than 3 decades later, the Betty Broderick case endures as a chilling story of love, jealousy, and revenge spiraling out of control. A suburban marriage turned into a national true crime saga, and a permanent cautionary tale about the dangers of rage left unchecked.